I'm joined by Jan-Krzysztof Duda, current world champion winner in Sochi and already qualified for the fourth round after defeating his opponent Cheparinov in the tiebreaks. Jan, I expect you're happy to have qualified in the tiebreaks. Tell us a bit about the tiebreak game and in general about the match with Cheparinov, a very strong opponent.
Yeah, I'm of course very happy to clinch this match because Ivan is, anything but easy opponent, and I don't think I won the game against him before. He's very stubborn, and in general, I think he's like at least in top three. In my opinion, of these players, like a little bit below 2,700 right now. But of course, I mean, he's in the past he was working with Topalov and other strong players. So I mean, his openings are good, and in general, he's quite stubborn. So yeah, I'm very happy. But the games were anything but easy. Okay, with black, I actually managed to equalize. I spent some time in the opening to make sure I didn't blunder anything. But okay, that was quite a boring game, one could say. In the second one, we got the Berlin on the game, and I think he was surprised by this, which, to be honest, is kind of strange to me because, like, I think on the last occasion, I actually won the game in entering, the pure Berlin game. So and somehow I got, the setup. I like to play with white with extra tempo because he played bishop before, which I mean, of course, must be like good enough for black. But okay, I mean, extra tempo is always nice. And then I thought I was outplaying him a little bit. I mean, my position was just much easier to play. Like, and I was never really risking anything. But then I allowed some counterplay, and also I mean, I was ahead on the time, and was totally in command. But then started, thinking a bit too much, and also my position got, worse and worse. And so, but of course, I was pressing all the time, and it felt like he should have equalized at some moment. I mean, at least I thought so, but I didn't see quite, anything like direct for him. And okay, in the time scramble, I mean, I was just more active. So.
Does seem that he probably thought he'd equalize because I actually saw him come out of the playing hall. I didn't see the end of the game, but he was visibly angry with himself, or at least disappointed. So maybe he sensed he was near a draw situation, and then with low on time, he blundered at some point.
Yeah, most probably he was. I wasn't very convincing in this end game, that's for sure. And I guess I should have played better, but hopefully it was good enough. And also in the classical, in our classical games, in the first one, I was pressing with black at some point. And one point, I think I was even winning, and I did see this line, but rejected it for some reason. And then I was pawn up in the end game. But to my surprise, this end game was quite easily drawn. And in the second game, I mean, with white, I didn't have any special idea on this very setup he had chosen, and I mean, it was just a very boring draw.
So you're going from one very strong 2700 grandmaster to rest day, and Parham Maghsoodloo from Iran, a very strong grandmaster himself. Every round is getting more difficult. Have you played with Parham before? I'm sure you have. What are your results with him? How does he face up as a contender for the next round?
We haven't played any classical chess.
It's a surprise for me, actually.
And we played a bit of rapid, and probably only rapid. I mean, there could have been some bliss game, which now I consider to be rapid, but I mean, only shorter time controls in general. And I think I lost like almost all of the games, to be honest. I mean, I was like okay in most of them, but in the end, somehow he he tricked me. So I mean, of course, Parham is a very strong opponent, and but it will be interesting actually because as I said, we haven't played that many games.
So you'll try and get it done in the classical games then.
We'll see. Of course, I mean, I'm pressing with white in each game, but sometimes it's not enough. So let's see. Yeah.
For sure, an interesting matchup. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Thanks.